Advantages and disadvantages of strict or authoritarian parenting. There are a lot of parenting techniques that have evolved over time. But one of the most frequent is strict or authoritarian parenting. A severe, rigid approach to parenting is typically used in this style of parenting. This implies that there is a requirement to follow the house rules or face the penalties if they are broken. There are certain advantages to adopting this parenting approach. But there are also some disadvantages. All parenting approaches have advantages and disadvantages. It's impossible to be a perfect parent. Permissive and authoritarian parenting are the two basic parenting styles. The authoritative parenting style is frequently associated with rigorous discipline. While there are drawbacks to tight parenting, there are also benefits. Some of these benefits are seen throughout childhood or can arise later in life. The advantages of strict parents. 1. Academic achievement. One of the benefits of strict parents is that their children are held to high standards. This is particularly true in the case of academics. Strict parents want their children to achieve the highest grades possible. And as a result, the children tend to perform exceptionally well. Strict parents may even limit their children's access to pleasurable activities or experiences if they do not meet their expectations. This incentive may encourage students to study more and slack off on schoolwork less. 2. Confidence. Aside from instilling confidence in their children, disciplined parents have another advantage. This occurs because they assist the children in the acquisition of vital values such as discipline. The kids learn that they have to make certain decisions or face the consequences. This self-assurance can help children and adults become more independent and decisive. 3. Discipline. One of the most important benefits of rigorous parenting is that it frequently teaches discipline. This is good for all children, but especially for those who struggle with behavioral challenges. Strict parents are more likely to assign duties and have strict standards regarding homework, school attendance, and extracurricular activities. This discipline lasts a long time. 4. Children raised in authoritarian households are often well-behaved. Authoritarian parents instill in their children a strong sense of right and wrong. Instead of introducing shades of gray, a clear line has been created in the family. If that line is crossed, there will be repercussions. This teaches children that rules are in place for a reason, and that crossing the boundary will result in something bad, therefore good conduct is the result. 5. It provides an environment that promotes security. Nobody wants to see their children in pain. This is true for all parenting styles. The focus of authoritarian parenting is on safety within the boundaries of the rules. This helps to shield children from potentially dangerous judgments. by demonstrating to them that there is always a right and incorrect path to take when a decision must be made. In essence, in every scenario, there exist definitions of good and bad. 6. There are usually specific goals to be met. In authoritarian households, structure is crucial. Parents that use this arrangement frequently regard their employment as a business. To achieve success, they build strategies with step-by-step instructions that must be followed, just like any good business. When their children follow each stage, they become closer to the objectives that have been set. This makes it easier to understand what has to be done and decreases the likelihood of making a mistake. 7. It teaches a sense of accountability. When there are boundaries in place, the pleasures that are felt become valuable goods. Children from this type of home may have developmental disadvantages in some areas, but they almost never consider committing a crime or doing something wrong to be enjoyable. They've become so accustomed to following the rules and defining their character based on this behavior that it's carried over into adulthood. Every day, precision and order reign supreme. 8. Always, clarity happens. With authoritarian parenting, there is no debate or discussion. Every member of the family is aware of a single established way for achieving things. There is no confusion because all expectations are established before any action is made. This assists the family unit in becoming a well-oiled machine capable of being highly effective at the tasks at hand and efficient with their time. 9. There is always a desire to correct wrongs. Authoritarian parents are aware that mistakes will occur. When their children fail, these parents teach them the importance of making amends for their mistakes. Although this can be taken to harmful lengths by spending extended periods of time studying and testing for educational errors. The emphasis on making reparations is a positive thing. Disadvantages of strict or authoritarian parenting. 1. Usually, a reliance on the rules develops. Kids who are constantly compelled to notice a line in the family begin to rely on it to determine their own decisions and behaviors. Unfortunately, there may not be a clear right or wrong answer in every scenario. This is particularly true in the academic world. As a result, children with authoritarian parents tend to rely on rules to meet all of their demands. And if those rules are not available, they do not learn as well as other children. 2. It causes a decline in self-esteem. Kids with authoritarian parents have a tendency to judge themselves primarily on how often they obey the rules. Their self-worth is determined by whether or not their parents approve of each decision and how it pertains to the rules. There is a reliance on others to build self-worth, rather than autonomous thought and choice establishing success that can build self-esteem. 3. It lays the foundation for rebellion. When dealing with authoritarian parents, children frequently want to see for themselves whether the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. Older children may feel compelled to break the rules just to see what happens. It is frequently done on purpose as a form of defiance toward the parents. 4. In any situation, there is no room for flexibility. Should the line in the family be crossed, authoritarian parenting does not allow for options. Individual or family discussions regarding expectations and why they must be followed are used to communicate about the transgression. This frequently results in a relationship in which bonding between children and their parents is difficult to build. Because my way or the highway is always the case when there is a disagreement. 5. It encourages extroverted children to engage in introverted behaviors. Some children may constantly cross the line drawn for them, sometimes without even realizing is an offense. When this occurs and repercussions follow, it fosters a fearful mindset in children, causing them to hesitate or become inactive later in life. 6. It may teach children that being a bully is totally okay. To complete duties in an authoritarian parenting relationship, parents frequently turn to bully. They are expected, rather than encouraged, to make smart decisions. This means that in a household like this, the children are usually solely given negative feedback. For these kids, negativity becomes the norm, and it's something they bring to school with them. The advantages and disadvantages of authoritarian parenting. Reveal that it can be good, but it does necessitate some flexibility. More independence and self-reliance can be attained by creating rules that allow for variable possibilities if that line in the family is crossed, which helps to counter the possible drawbacks of this parenting style. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and share.